5-year-old male presented with a swelling in the sole of the left foot for 6 months duration. My patient was apparently asymptomatic 6 months back. Then he noticed the swelling in the sole of the left foot, which was initially about 1 into 1 centimeter, painless, rapidly progressed to the present state, associated with serous discharge and occasionally bloody discharge. Initially it was painless, but for the past 2 months he has been having pain on bearing weight over the heel of the foot. There's no history of similar swelling elsewhere, no history of trauma, no history of headache, anorexia, weight loss, no history of chest pain, dyspnea, no history of he does not have any bowel or bladder complaints, and no history of any long-term medication, sir. In his past history, he has no history of diabetes, hypertension, no previous surgeries.
I have told you before, don't include diabetes, hypertension in the past history. Because when he is diabetic in the past, present also he is diabetic.
Yes.
So it should be personal history, say, or he is not a diabetic at the end of the history of presenting complaints. Okay, it is not a past history. Next.
For personal history, he consumes mixed diet and he is a tobacco chewer, about 1 packet per day for the past 30 years, sir.
What is the packet meant for? It is a packet of 100 kg or a packet of 4 grams? How much?
25 grams.
How much?
25 grams.
25 grams. Say that. Okay? Somebody says packet of rice also, where it is 100 kg. Right?
Yes.
Tobacco also sold in 100 kg packet. You know that? No. Raw tobacco. How do they sell? Tobacco leaves, or what is the part of the plant? Leaves, flower, leaves only, seeds, tobacco leaves. Have you seen how they cultivate? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No. Anybody has seen?
Yes, sir.
Who? Very good, huh? You must know. Those are from village. I am from a small village, so I know most of the things. Yes.
On general examination, he has a height of 1.6 meters.
So forget it. General examination. All anything. Anything abnormal in general examination?
No, sir.
No. Local examination.
On local examination of left foot, there is a swelling over the heel of the sole of the left foot, about 4 into 4 centimeter,
Ulta.
pigmented, blackish in color, well circumscribed, with
Come
irregular margin and surface. Serous discharge is present over the surface and surrounding hyperpigmented area is present. On palpation, sir,
What is the hyperpigmented area? Where is the hyperpigmented area? What is this known as? What is this known as?
hello, sir.
Halo and solar flare. You know the sun flare. You see what happens if there is more flare? All your internet activity, everything goes off. TV signal, everything goes off. So very vital. Yes.
So on palpation, inspectory findings are confirmed. Swelling, temperature of the swelling is normal. It
What
is
have you
not
told?
tender.
Local inspection.
Yes, sir.
What have you told?
Local inspection, sir.
Yes.
So there is a swelling over the heel of the sole of the left foot, which is around 4 into 4 centimeters, with irregular surface, well circumscribed margin, with hyperpigmented area halo over surrounding the
Or swelling.
swelling,
All right.
with serous discharge seen over the surface of the swelling.
So what is he has missed? No. On inspection or local. Is the epithelial cover is there intact or not intact? Sole skin is covered by the swelling. So if there is no skin, what is this? Elevated lesion. Skin is lost. There is anything else you have inspected?
Yes, serous discharge over the swelling.
That's all right. Whenever there is ulcer, there may be discharge. Anything else? Why? This is very vital. Because your classification, your grade, that will tell you what is the grade. Anything else you have inspected?
So other part of the legs, if there is any other pigmentation.
So whenever you are inspecting, see from here to the
There's no other
groin nodes. No other similar lesion.
no other
En
swelling
route.
as well, sir.
2. Ankle joint. Foot movement. Is it restricted? No restricted. Has to be, these are inspectory findings. No palpation. Next, knee. There is no ischemic changes. These are the inspectory findings. Palpation.
So on palpation, inspectory finding is confirmed. The swelling is about 4 into 4 centimeter. It is non-tender. Temperature of the swelling is normal. The surface is irregular with well circumscribed
What is the
margin.
most important thing she has missed in the inspectory finding? Color. What is the color?
Blackish colors.
Black color. You have told.
I see colors.
Okay. Black color is the diagnostic color.
Yes.
Yes, tell us. Next.
So, on palpation, it is non-tender, temperature is normal, the surface is irregular with well circumscribed margin, and it is firm in consistency. It does not bleed on touch. Sir.
Doesn't?
Does not bleed on touch.
Okay.
Then, sir, on palpation of the inguinal region, sir, there is about 1 into 1 centimeter lymph node in the left inguinal region, sir, which is firm in consistency and rounded.
Which region? Which regional nodes?
Left inguinal region, sir.
Inguinal region is football field. There are 3 goalkeepers. One back.
Medial,
Huh? Medial.
medial side.
Always you talk like a surgeon. It is superficial, vertical group, horizontal, medial, medial and lateral, medial group, lateral, medial and medial. 3 groups.
Superficial, medial,
Superficial, medial in the horizontal chain.
vertical chains.
Vertical chain is only one. So where is the vertical? Yes. See there. Sir. Always remember this is the anterior iliac spines. This time I went for DNB examiner. Do you know what they are telling? How do you say this anterior iliac spine? How do you say that? Anterior iliac spine. DNB.
The most prominent part of the lateral.
Everything is prominent. To me, it is also prominent.
Most parts.
The point.
Yeah.
Suddenly finger goes down.
Two ways. You trace the outer border of the iliac crest. Anywhere the last prominent bone, that is anterior iliac spine. Next is you go along the inguinal ligament. First bony point what you located the anterior iliac spine. Okay. Then they will say pubic tubercle. How do you make it out? What is the landmark? How to identify? Anybody? Adductor?
Let us place the which is inserted in the pubic crest, and the top of it is the pubic tubercle.
So, what test you will do, I will tell you. You ask the person to flex the knee. उसको ऐसे जोर लगा मेरे को धक्का देना you just see this is the you can feel this Funso feel that what is that go to there the pubic tubercle will be there okay this is another way so all examiners have their own way of asking questions you must reply according to their need your need is different their need is different. And whenever you see inguinal region, always 2 points. This is inguinal ligament. Just below that, this is the lateral, this is the middle, this is the medial. And anywhere here is the vertical chain. Could you see the great saphenous vein here coming? You see the great saphenous vein. Follow this. Medial will be some the vertical chain will here. Feel Funso. Could you feel the node? Yes. From here to here, it will be there. Depending on the, yes, describe the nodes.
There are 2 lymph node palpables, sir, about 1 into 1 centimeter. In the middle vertical superficial group, sir, it is firm in consistency and round.
So it is round,
And
hard, almost very firm, you can say. Inconsistency, mobile. And en route, if you find any black nodule, you must check. From here, trace this. You can see something with white spot like this. Show the light. But one cannot say one black spot is like here. There, here. Could you see something blackish? So go closer. Could you see? Yes, you see there. You see the blackish area. Could you see? Could you see the black area? It is visible. Okay? Go carefully and look for this. This will give you additional score. Right. Alright. You see carefully when it's over. Maybe lymphatics. Maybe whenever we do the surgery, we'll take that also biopsy. Alright. So, anything else? What is your diagnosis?
My diagnosis is case of malignant melanoma of the sole of the left foot, sir.
Sole? Which part of the sole?
Heel of the left foot.
Yes. What is why it is important? If a area like here in this area is less vital, less weight bearing, no weight bearing rather. If it is somewhere here or somewhere in the heel, it is vital, weight bearing area. Okay? So we'll have to specify because of this location, his treatment might change. Right? So what? It's a malignant melanoma. So what? What are we going to do?
So we'll take a incisional biopsy.
You will take a biopsy. What are the other differential diagnoses? Always keep minimum 2 differential diagnoses. Nothing will be absolute in clinical practice. Yes, give 2 differential diagnoses. Corn, yes. Callosity, where the skin is intact. Sole is always barefooted people, we Indians, common people. And likelihood of some injury. So always say a foreign body granuloma. You may not be wrong. Any lesion in that. Okay? Number 2. Next. Nevus. Which area you get nevus? Okay, it will always give 2 more differential diagnoses. One is for yes, that's also possible. Amongst the skin cancer, what are the skin cancers? Malignant melanoma. Huh? Yes. Which is the commonest? Squamous cell carcinoma. Sunil? Raimaji, vessel cell carcinoma is commonest. Okay, vessel cell carcinoma. Next is squamous cell carcinoma. Third is malignant melanoma. Right. So we'll take a biopsy. Right. Biopsy report has not yet come. We have taken a biopsy. First stage. But the characteristic things we must describe is a black color. Number 1. Keep stressing 2-3 times. Number 2. There is a halo. What is known as the solar flare. This is described as solar flare. That is as if this is the sun and this is the flare all around. Because it is a very virulent tumor. Alright? Next, you have done a biopsy. You will wait for it. Biopsy report to come. What else we are going to do?
Chest X-ray, sir.
Yes. This is a malignant tumor of high potential. They tend to metastasize early. So always look for anywhere metastasis. Who is there? How much is the LDH?
509.
509. What is the significance?
It's non-specific, but in case of malignant melanoma,
It
LDH increases.
Alright, let's go. Start from this. We'll wait for the biopsy. Let's discuss this disease. What are the layers of skin? Manudindra. Skin.
Epidermis.
Epidermis. Dermis. Yes, what are the layers in the epidermis?
Corneum stratum, sir.
Stratum corneum. Next. Yeah.
Stratum corneum, stratum lucidum, stratum granulosum,
stratum spinosum, stratum basal.
Very good. Very good. Learn. Very good. What are the layers in the dermis? Where from the malignant, the melanoma cell? Usually, where from they arise? Neural crest. And they migrate towards the skin. What are the area where you get melanocytes? Okay, skin, choroid, nerve tissue, possible nerve tissue. Yes. Next, mucous membrane. Which disease mucous membrane is more prominent? Melanoma. Bruce Dickerson. Addison's, that is pigmentation. All right. Why the hair becomes white?
Loss of
Loss of
melanin.
melanocytes.
Loss of melanin production.
Production where in the hair?
No, sir, in the skin.
Skin. So it travels along the hair. वो जो सरदार है ना, दाढ़ी को भी काटता नहीं, वो जो मेलानिन खत्म हो जाते हैं, वो दाढ़ी पूरा सफेद क्यों हो जाता है? The theory is wrong theory. Do you know, have you seen those who don't cut the hair? सरदार दाढ़ी काटते नहीं ना, प्योर सरदार आई एम टॉकिंग. वो बेस से तो व्हाइट नहीं होता, एकदम एक साथ सफेद, एवरीथिंग. Have you noticed? जब वो बूढ़ा हो जाता है, हेयर वो बेस से व्हाइट होता है और डिस्टल पर काला रहता है. नेवर.
Sir, there is oxidation of melanin which also occurs in response to UV light. So there are two aspects. One is melanogenesis.
वो बुढ़े में सिर्फ ऑक्सीडेशन होता है.
No, it occurs in young also, but in young there is also accompanying melanogenesis.
So what the theory is wrong. Think something else.
There
Other
is a
theory.
hair cycle also, sir. One component.
Oh, hair cycle. There are so many. Trichology, you do lot of new things will come. All right. So the melanocytes, they migrates. Usually, you get nevus in children.
Yes, yes.
Congenital large nevus. You get. They are hairy nevus. That also denotes any congenital. Yes, deformity. Neural deformity. That is big patch and usually in the posterior part, midline. That is the sign. Right. So what are the types of nevus? Nevi. All right. What is intradermal?
So when the nevus is present in the dermis,
Dermis.
it's known as blue nevus. Sir. It's
कहाँ से पढ़ा? तुक्का लगा रही है? Saviston. अच्छा, so I also read yesterday because this is not my subject. I also read. I searched in the internet what is the latest. All right. So they usually grow in infants, newborn, beside the congenital nevi. They are relatively very rare to have nevus. As the age progresses, we keep getting lot of black moles all around the body. With the age, it progresses. All right. What are the causative factors? Yes, sun, solar. And you know, in US, the incidence was around 3 per 100,000 in 40 or 70. In 90, yes, correct. 1935, you are correct. Suarez had mentioned this. And now it is almost 18 to 21 per 100,000. There is increase of 7 times this malignant melanoma with them.
Saviston says the incidence has decreased since 1970s to 1990s.
That is the rate of increase has decreased from 6% to 3%.
Okay. So whatever I have read, I am telling you. I read yesterday only. So my knowledge is fairly recent.
Caucasians, this is more in the whites than the blacks.
Because of the white skin people, they are not suited for sun exposure.
That's right. No, there is no protection. The melanin pigments give protection in the black. So anything, they get intense radiation. And possibly the increased incidence may be related to global warming. The ultraviolet rate, they penetrates, but then never goes back to the atmosphere again. The not atmosphere, outside the atmosphere. So there is a possibility, say it has got a zigzag effect on the skin, possible, but we don't know. Next, what are you going to do? What are the grades? What are the types of melanoma? You have read, husband and wife, you have read yesterday. Tell us. What are the types of melanoma?
Sir, melanoma can be four histological types. Sir, and four types are based on the that we either superficial spreading,
Superficial spreading.
lentigo melanoma, and acral lentigo.
One more.
Other types have been
One at a
described.
time.
Other types have been described. One is the mucous membrane melanomas. Other is a desmoplastic melanoma. And other is a amelanotic melanoma.
Very good.
However, they have not been
Yeah.
included
So
in the
usually there are four: superficial spreading, two nodular, lentigo, and acral. Okay, acral. These are four. These are other subtypes such as amelanotic. This can be of these four varieties. Mucous membrane is a special entity which is gene related. Mucocutaneous junction. So that's a gene related. Like for example, Peutz-Jeghers syndrome. Alright? And that is, these four histological types has been described. And you can predict which are the moles which are more likely to become malignant? Junctional. They are unstable. But however, nothing can be spared. Earlier they were epidermal with hair is an insurance for conversion to malignant melanoma. There is no more, holds true. Right? How do you stage the disease?
So clinically we cannot stage the disease, sir, because only the nodular part we can clinically examine, sir. However, in order to stage the disease, we have to do an excisional biopsy, sir, to look for the depth of the.
Very good. So the most important factors in staging is the depth of the tumor. And what is T1? One at a time. Okay. You tell. What is?
T1 is less than 1 millimeter, T2 is 1 to 2 millimeter, T3 is
Okay. 1.01 to 2 millimeter. Yes. What is A?
without ulceration.
Without ulceration? With ulceration.
Mitosis is less than 1 inch.
That is histological type.
This is less than one.
Okay. Next. What is this stage? Be louder. Increase your volume again.
So after doing a well biopsy, we can stage the disease separately.
Already we have taken this thing. What is your gross stage now? You can say it is more than 4 or 5 centimeters.
T4.
T4. It is ulcerated. So T4B.
T4B, sir, and N2.
N2 we have not confirmed the N. Okay? We have not confirmed the N. So now T4 is the highest. Okay? We are done. Next is we will do a metastatic workup. What is the M stage?
So, okay, sir, in the skin, there is M1A, sir, and to the lung is M1B, sir, and other visceral metastasis is M1.
Yeah, earlier it was M1 to the intervening skin, M2 to the lungs, M3 generalized. But now it is M1, A, B, C, not M1, M2, M3. Right? This has been done. So how will you manage this case?
So we'll do a wide local excision for this.
Will you include, what do you mean by wide local excision here? How much margin should be there?
So we usually get 2 centimeter of the margins we have to take.
Depending on which area you are doing, any vital area you cannot go. But here you can go at least 2 centimeter margin all around. Why?
Depending on the size of the
More? Yes.
less than 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter margin is
Enough?
1 to 2 centimeters, 1 centimeter or 2
So, once
centimeters.
Anybody who has read it, tell number.
And more than 2 centimeters, depending on the even if it is more than 2 centimeters, any size, sir, 2 centimeter, 2 millimeter margin is sufficient.
Depending on the centimeter. Depth, sir. So the 1 mm is just a 1 centimeter margin required.
Yes.
If it is 2 mm, then 2 centimeter, and if more than 2 mm, we can go to maybe 2 or
You know, sir, the latest edition of Sophisticated and Valley says, sir, there is no proven benefit of doing a more wider dissection, sir. And what they have recommended is if it is more than 1 mm, that is 2 centimeter margin, sir. And however, if you feel there is a more chance of local recurrence, then we can increase the margin, sir.
Alright. So there is no criteria how much margin you should take. there are two aspects of it. One, you know this disease is a very violent disease. There is no other treatment available. Surgery is the only options for cure. Even if there is metastasis anywhere, you still excise the primary tumor. There may be metastasis where you don't find primary tumor. The explanation given is small primary which has regressed, but it is thrown metastasis. Actually, because this is one of the tumor which is known, it is highly immunogenic and can get automatically destroyed by the body immune system. So it is better to remove the whole mass, whatever is possible, and then just keep praying. The patient will pray and the doctor will pray. Right? So margin is less consequence. However, you take adequate margin, that adequate thing will be clearly defined in future. When your time, when you become professors or big surgeons. Right? But however, you should excise it with a wide margin, whatever best possible. Number two, what you should include? En-route. If it is a smaller area here, en-route everything, you take it out. I told you this area, if you see black area, see this, there is a line of black area. Can you make it out? See this, possibly this the lymph trunk traverses along the superficial lymph trunks, along the big veins. You can see a linear blackish area and that area has to be excised. Number three, you should do a lymph node dissection. Clear? If it has gone beyond this, then he had it. So what are the other options after surgery?
Adjuvant chemotherapy.
What chemotherapy?
So one option is interferon therapy, which is recommended today.
What
interferon
interferon?
2-alpha B therapy.
Interferon alpha
2-alpha B.
2 alpha ne, alpha 2 B.
Sorry, alpha 2B.
So that is number one. Number two,
And sir, then
yes,
Dacarbazine or
dacarbazine is also one of the therapy. Earlier, which I described, localized hyperthermic circulation with chemotherapy.
hyperthermic using methyl.
So that has gone possibly out of hope because this disease is a resistant, they don't respond to anything else. Surgery is a primary. There are few monoclonal antibodies which has come up of therapy. Yes, that is in 2012 there are 3 or 4 articles on the same. What is the name of the drug? Yes. Okay, it has come. I searched in the net also yesterday. There are 4 articles in 2012 itself. So do you know this new things comes and they vanishes. So how far it will work? Very costly. All right. Anybody else has to say anything else?
Interventional agents such as BCG, tuberculin.
Immunotherapy. Immunotherapy, which is known to cause enhances the immunity. Some diet, some medication. Okay.
Mevrometostat is also one of the medications.
Yes, that's right. Okay. Very good. If people have read and come, very good. It improves the. What are the biomarkers? No. That is for the diagnosis. Diagnosis, what is the type? What is the... So these are, whenever there is no terminology given in the form of ABCD, they are in the experimental stage. Always remember that. Before they give the nomenclature to the molecule, they will say ST23. It is not yet refined, not yet further studies. So that is not in the clinical practice, in the experimental stage. Okay? The same thing today you rampantly use omeprazole, pantoprazole. They also started like that. So whenever the drug is being developed, they give a code name. MST46 like that. Okay? So don't talk in the clinical scenario in that case. It is in the experimental stage. It is not come into the clinical practice. Right? There are many more things on therapy and where all places it goes to secondaries. So first is lymph skin, so you get satellite nodules. Hey, please don't talk, sister. Yeah. So satellite nodules. Next it goes to the lymph nodes. Next from the lymph nodes it goes to the lungs. And from the lungs it may go into the systemic circulation. Anywhere that can go. Because once it goes, what is the first filter? Lymph nodes. So it is local filter. What is the next bigger filter? Lesser circulation. The lungs. And once it comes to the general circulation, it can go anywhere. Right? Survival. How long do they survive? If they say,
survival rate is more than 90%.
so if it is localized, you have done a curative surgery, then it is almost cured. But if it is not metastasized, they live little longer. Here you don't talk to 5-year survival. Okay? 5-year survival is less than 4% or so. Less than 4%. And in terms of months, and if there is already metastasized,
8 to 9 months.
3 to 6 months or so.
What are the other tumors which are
Immunogenic.
can automatically regress?
Secondary is a regress, you remove the primary.
Any other tumors?
Renal cell carcinoma, very good. Renal cell carcinoma. Anything else? You want a renal cell carcinoma?
Yes, renal cell carcinoma, neuroblastoma,
Yeah.
and postmortem.
Okay? Any questions? Any questions? You said something, Manoj?
Films also.
Films also do.
Okay. All right.
And the other one which comes in the eye.
Retinoblastoma.
Any questions? Anybody? You want to add something? Sandeep, you want to add something?
So should we take a biopsy in this case when we are offering an operative?
You should take it.
Should we take a biopsy in this case when we are offering surgery to the patient?
So in this case, biopsy will be
Incision biopsy.
in place of the face and all vital areas, then we can do an incisional biopsy.
Areas of cosmetic importance, you should take a
There are
biopsy.
there are two issues. One, if you take a biopsy from the healthy area, you are increasing the T stage in terms of the diameter and in terms of thickness. Okay? When the disease is already T4, there is no T5. Is there? No. So you are not changing the T stage in that scenario. If there is a smaller lesion and you say excisional biopsy is preferable, do excisional biopsy. But when you plan that the heel is going, you will have to give a heel, new heel. When the heel is gone, you require amputation. Okay? Heel was very vital. But if you are excising the heel pad, it is as good as better to do amputation and give a prosthesis. So we are planning for some derotation flap by a plastic surgeon. In that scenario, better to take a biopsy, confirm. Do you know, whenever you do amputation, it is better that you get a confirmed diagnosis. And whenever you lose a limb or do a organ removal, 2 specialists must opine on that, minimum. And 2 has to agree that yes, this is life-saving. In a court of law, if you have taken only 1, you will be wrong. Right? So that is why we thought it's already T4. Let's take a biopsy, confirm. Right? But swallow lesion T1, where it is 1 millimeter, where in India you never think of 1 millimeter tumor will come to you. Nobody will come. Yes.
So in the orthotic table instruction, we can take the accidental biopsy except for frozen cells. Then we can proceed the head cells. So then it's less.
No. It is better whenever you go to talk Greek, you are in India. So if when you see a lesion of 4-5 centimeter, you talk in that line only. When there is 2 millimeter or 1 millimeter thickness with T1A, your excision biopsy is good enough. 1 millimeter. Have you understood? It's already more than 5-7. If you take the hollow, it is more than 10 centimeters. Where are we? Got it? Yes. Any other doubts? Shall we?
If the underlying bone is involved,
Okay. What is a tumor? It's a skin tumor. Okay? Underlying bone is involved, it's very late. Underlying bone involvement, usually pain, deformity, everything will come in. So malignant melanoma going primarily to the bone is very late features. That is considered as, you'll have to inoperable sort of thing. It's gone to the bone. However, it's still possible anywhere. It's theoretically possible. For example, seen of TB or something is likely to go in. But a heel pad, quite a bit of thick pad is there. Unlikely. Yes. Okay. Time over. Thank you. We are going to discuss a little bit about melanoma. Good morning or good evening to all of you. Welcome to the talk, and thank you for the All Indian Medical College Society where this thing is being done, and special thanks to Dr. Professor Balaji. What I am going to tell you is cell of origin of melanoma, its distribution, signs of malignancy, types of melanoma we see, staging of the melanoma, then how to diagnose, management, and then we can go to the clinic. The cell of origin is the neural crest cell. If you see, there's a diagram below. NC, there is neural crest cell. NT is neural tube. And next is notochord, then the aorta. So if it is from posterior to anterior, this neural crest develops in the early part of the intrauterine life, and then the neural tube is complete. By the time neural tube is complete, then the cell comes down. If you see the there are diagram here, upper portion, one is blue, second one is green and little bit of yellowish, that is the neural crest cell. And once the neural tube is covered, all this is dispersed, and this is a temporary phenomenon. And these cells give rise to all the neural ganglions. Acute means amino acids precursors uptake in decarboxylation cell. They are most of the endocrine cells. Adrenal medulla, GI neural cells, all the ganglia of the sympathetic chain. Melanoma is one of these, and that is why these are special type of cells. In the skin, there are melanocytes, mole, and malignant melanoma. How to distinguish this figure will tell you. There are one figure, if you see in the left is written 1, is a single melanocyte, we cannot see that. Second one will be mole. When a group of melanocytes stays in one place, then we call it a mole. And when it proliferates, it will give rise to what we call is a malignant melanoma. There anatomically, there are 3 types of moles. One is superficial, that is epidermal. Second is junctional, that means it is status germinatum close to that. That means these are unstable cell and they are more likely to become melanoma, malignant melanoma. And deeper, there is usually skin elevation will not be there. I'll show you 1 or 2 presentations there. How do you proceed when there is signs of malignancy? Then we'll go to signs of malignancy. We'll go following things. Signs of malignancies are 1, fast increase in the size of the tumor. There may be itching, and it spreads very fast. There may be a halo or a solar flare, and it may bleed in between. These are the signs, and then you can see possibly malignant melanoma, and must diagnose by a biopsy. If the types of melanoma are malignant melanoma, meaning they are superficial spreading, nodular, acral lentiginous melanoma, that is in this palm and sole and below the knee, below the nails. Lentigo-malignant melanoma, lentiginous melanoma, dysplastic melanoma, amelanotic melanoma, because where there is no pigments, black pigments, is amelanotic melanoma. These are the examples of superficial spreading. This is, I've taken the photographs from DeVita for your better understanding. There are 2 superficial spreading, they don't go deeper. This is a nodular type of melanoma just on the face on the right side. This is acral, this is on the sole. This is very common in India. And India, we get sole and palm below the knee, somehow because we are black people. This is a brown melanoma which is superficial spreading, and here you can see little bit of black patches in between. This is a red melanoma. This is also possible, like a melanotic melanoma. This is, you can see there's ulceration. Why this is ulceration? When it's ulceration, this TNM staging goes to B staging. T1B means ulcerated lesion. I'll tell you a little more. And this is melanoma which is clearing. That means the tumor melanoma is highly immunogenic. This is reported that it may also cure itself if the body immune system is very high. This, can you see, there's a map-like thing in the anal canal and perianal region. This indicates the underneath there is a malignant melanoma. You can see in the anal canal as well. This is the same specimen where they have done APR. You can see the black spots, submucosal black spots that is spreading beyond. And this case is published because one should not have done APR in this case. Is one of my friend we did for a good reason. And choroid is another choroid plexus that is in the eye is most dangerous. It metastasizes very early because it is very vascular. So how to do a confirm or diagnosis? One is a biopsy. What is the way you can take a biopsy? If it's a small lesion, it's better to do excisional biopsy in 3-dimensional around at least a centimeter or so, all around. Safe biopsy is a bigger lesion. Lift up with a little bit and save, and we can get a diagnosis. And if it's already ulcerated, take a punch biopsy. Micrographic surgery is usually possibly limited to basal cell carcinoma, and here also one can try with a small lesion where all sections are examined for any clear margin. This is the staging of the malignant melanoma. Stage T1, 2, 3, 4. If it is less than a centimeter in depth, if it is A, there is no ulceration, B is ulceration, and is T2, 1.01 to 2 centimeter in thickness. 3 is 2.1 to 4 centimeter, and if it is more than 4 centimeters, T4, N1 single node, N2 2 to 3 nodes, more than 3 nodes or meta nodes, and anywhere there is this is the M is any metastasis. Usually T1, T2 we don't see metastasis, and others is everything is metastasis likely possible. The modality of therapies are a chemotherapy. First I read surgery because this is the only proven modality of therapy. Chemotherapy, radiotherapy, immunotherapy, and other modalities. It's a very bad prognostic indicators, malignant melanoma. You can do curative electrodesiccation, cryosurgery, topical imiquimod. This is also there. It is usually done in some watts. 5-FU cream can be used, but very little. Photodynamic therapy can also be used, but only curative surgery is surgery. What is to say in the exam? Whenever you get a case, and after taking the history, the local examination and regional examination is very important. What all things you must see? Where is the melanoma? Location, and you must give some fixed anatomical landmark and give some distance from that particular point. Usually you must describe in 3D manner, means length, width and thickness. Second, what is the size, shape, depth, is there any ulceration, is there any bleeding, that you can tell. They always check from the malignant melanoma lesion to the draining lymph node sites. And if you see some black spots along the lymphatics, that is in transit metastasis. It is blocking the lymphatics, and that looks black. Draining lymph node site. So if your foot, always go to the popliteal area and groin. If it goes beyond the groin, God save. Look for distant metastasis. Is more usual distant metastasis once you diagnose than unusual. And I have already told you that took a biopsy for confirmation, then then only you can think of planning some therapy. This is one of the example. You can see big mole on the forehead, close to the hair margin. The surface looks little lobulation. There are hair coming out from this mole, and there's a small ulceration on the right side of the patient. That means it is a superficial mole. That is why you're getting hair. It's a large mole. We'll have to confirm because it's on-site. That is why we'll have to take out the thing and confirm this. It is likely to be benign. You can see a few moles in the mucosa. That is Cush-Chakar syndrome. This case is jejunal polypi, and that needs more. That needs surgery. This is not, but we has to watch this case if it goes at all. I'll tell you there are multiple black spots in this area. I have given 1, 2, 3. 1 is not a mole, it is sebaceous cyst. You can see the punctum which is looking black. Number 2 is a mole which is hair which is coming out from there. Number 3 are not moles, they are Morgan spots. They are usually small vasculars, very commonly seen in most of the many people in this. After this, this is the case we are going to discuss at the clinics. So let us go to the clinical presentation. I think this introduction will help you in understanding better, and then you can listen how the presentation is done and arrive at a clinical diagnosis. Thank you. Mr. Karthik, hello?